In this video, I'm going to show you several different ways that you can remove the background on one video clip to show something that's underneath it. This is called keying or green screen or masking. Those are all different terms that we use for this. All right, so let's start off with a really easy one. So this one is already a green screen. So when it's a solid color like this, it makes it super easy to remove the background. So we're going to start off with an easy one and work our way up. I'm going to give you this file that already has these clips in it so you can get to work right away. Go ahead and click on this first clip and move the playhead, somewhere in the middle here. And what you're going to do is go to Effects and Search Key. And then you'll see it opened up all the different types of keys that they have. We're going to start off with this Ultra Key and drop it down on the clip to activate it. And then when you do that, you can go to Effect Controls and you see that it gave you the controls here for that Ultra Key. So all you have to do on this one, it's a super easy one, is get this eyedropper and just select the green color. Then when you click on that, voila, we have the background removed on this first one. So when you're trying to play these back, it might look kind of blurry if you're really trying to see how good of a job you did, which on this one it's not as critical, but some of the harder ones as we get over here, you might need to render the video, or if you just pause the video for a second, you can see how clean your key job is. So you can see it's mostly a solid background, but there are some clouds and things like that, which make the same type of Ultra Key that we did before a little bit trickier. So let's go ahead and use it though. We're going to drop down this Ultra Key. Oh, let's make sure I'm selecting the right clip. So click on the birdie one and drop that Ultra Key down, and we can go ahead and get our eyedropper. Now, if I click on this white cloud here, I'm going to have totally different results than if I click right here or even over here. So try to find kind of the middle ground, whatever color is displayed the most. So I would say somewhere in this lighter medium blue. So I'm going to click there. And so you see it did a pretty good job. It left some white right here. It left a white edge. And that's really what I'm going to focus on with you, is how to get rid of that white edge. So you can, let me show you something. If you go over here to Output and it says Composite, if you click on Alpha Channel, sometimes this is useful. You can really see what it keyed out and what it didn't. So it was still leaving this little bit of haze here. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on this Alpha channel while I make the correction for that. So it has these other things here, and this is really something that you just have to experiment with. You can't like put it on the exact number that I do because you might have clicked in a different area of the blue. So I want you to just play around with these. If you want to reset it, you can click this arrow. So if you mess it up too bad, just go back and click there. So let's just try some of them. If you click on that number and pull it, oh, see, that did pretty good. If you go too far, you're starting to get into the feathers of the bird. You don't want that. You want to leave the bird as untouched as possible. So I'm going to put it right there. So that was a slight change, but I still have some of this over here. And let's try the highlight. So not that. That leaves a glow around the bird that we don't want. But I can go ahead and just pull that down to 0, and it's pretty good. Shadows. So I'm going to pull that up to 100. Tolerance. We definitely don't want to go that way with it. So just play around with these. Aha, pedestal is pretty good. So now we have it really good. The only area that we have is this chunk down here and maybe a little bit right there. But that is actually good enough for this. So let's go back to the composite. And you can see that it kind of still has a white edge around the bird. I'm going to go ahead and zoom into this a little bit. And let's go to Matte Cleanup and go to Choke. So choke means it's just going to bring everything in a little bit, and that should help. You don't ever want to do it too far. But that did a pretty good job. And then maybe soften, we'll soften up the edges and make it a little bit blurrier. So let's go back to Fit and Window. All right, so that really wasn't that great after all because it got rid of this twig. So I'm going to undo that. So let's go back to Matte Cleanup and reset this choke and the soften. Maybe looking at it through the full view will help me see that better. So maybe go back and do it, but just do it a little bit more subtle. So now really all we have left is this cloud over here. There is a way to use this pen tool to get it out, but I'm going to save that for the next one. All right, so for this next one, we could do the same thing that we did on the other one where we do an Ulta Key and we get rid of all the black, but I want to show you a couple of options that you might want to try when you're doing these. So another thing you can do is you can kind of treat this like Photoshop. So if you go over here to opacity, you see the blend mode. So we had these in Photoshop. You can see that there's different settings. That's obviously not a very good one there. That one kind of works good. So you can see the space background. That one actually works really nice. So remember, you always have these blending modes to try out too. In some cases, they work quite well. I'm going to go ahead and just reset that though, just to show you one other way you can do this. If you go to Luma Key, that's another one you can try. So we're going to drop that one on here. And that kind of gave me the same effect as the opacity blending mode did too. But there's also some settings here that you can try if you want to. Oops, let's open that up. So you can try some of this threshold thing to get different results so that it gives you a little bit more of the pink. That one actually worked pretty good. And the cutoff, nah, I like to leave that over there. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to show you a Luma Key. That's another way you can make the background blend. It's not really cutting the background as much as it's blending it, but that does a really good job. Okay, so for this next one, this one is pretty challenging because not only do you have this guy's hair, he moves a little bit, and this whole background has got so many different shades to it that the just plain old Ultra Key doesn't work very well without a lot of editing. So this one could probably be done in many different ways, but I'm going to try to show you the easiest way since we're not into the professional keying part of our class yet. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the Ultra Key down on him again, like I did the others, and I'm going to get the eyedropper, and I'm going to try to find the gray that is kind of the middle gray. I don't really want this white. I don't want this dark shadow. I'm just going to get this middle gray that's close to his hair. So try to pick something right around there so that we're all doing something very similar, because it would give you very different results. So yeah, as you can see, it only knocked that out, and there's still a lot of work to do in this one. So you're going to definitely be using and trying out the settings over here in effect controls. And so just move them around until you get a result that you like. So this transparency one does work really well, but if you do it too much, you can see it also makes him disappear. So we don't want that. So you want to move it as much as you can without losing the subject. Let's try the highlight. That works pretty good. So we're getting a lot done, but it's really hard to get every little bit of it out. Let's try shadow. So if you do shadows too much, then you start to take away his beard. Definitely don't want to do that. So we're probably going to have to leave the shadows pretty... Yeah, I'm going to have to leave the shadow pretty much the way it was. All right, right in the 50 area. And let's try tolerance. Just move that back and forth. That didn't really seem to make much difference. I'm going to reset that. Pedestal, let's try this one. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, that one was really a pretty good one there. So we were able to get rid of almost all that. The only thing we have left here is this edge around his shoulder. So let's try and get that cleaned up over here in matte cleanup. This is one time where the choke is really going to do good, but I have to be careful with the choke. What choke means, it's going to pull it in a little bit, but if you choke too much, then you're going to get rid of all his hair. So it's really going to be interesting to see how that works. So let's pull in. So here I have pretty much most of his shirt fixed, but I think we lost a lot of stuff in his beard and all that. So we're really not going to be able to do that much on that. There's a little bit more work to do, but I think just for this beginning thing while you're just learning, I'm going to go ahead and let us fly with that for now. So let's go ahead and move to the next one. We're going to cut out the background on this here, and you'll see that I don't have a video clip behind this one. It's because I also want to teach you how to make just a solid color background. Just go to File, New, and put Color Matte. and you want it to be the same size as our movie, and then pick a color. So just pick like a blue color. That'll go good with this picture here, and it's very different than the orange. Say okay, and we'll just call it color matte. That's fine. Now if you go back to your project window, you'll see it gave you this color matte. So you can just click that and drag and put it behind your clock. Go ahead and extend that out. And now to remove the background on this, using the Ultra Key is not going to work well, because you see that there's light orange is in the book. There's some light orange around the edge of the clock. I want to show you another way that you can mask something out. So we are going to just go to Mask. Oops. Let's close all this. We don't need the Ultra Key. We're going to Opacity, and we're going to get this pen tool here. So you can actually mask something out by just drawing with the pen tool. So I'm going to get the pen tool here. Oops, I need to make sure I'm clicked on the right. So make sure you're clicked on the right track before you do this, and then go to Opacity and get the pen tool, and I'm just going to draw a path around everything that I want to get cut out. I'm not going to take the time to do the most perfect one, because I'm really just showing you conceptually how it's done. So you can go back and edit any of your mistakes, like I have plenty here, by clicking on it and just pulling it out. All right, I had two masks on there for some reason, so that's what was really tripping me up. I guess I clicked on it twice. So if you ever need to delete, that was probably a good mistake to have on here, so you can see if you ever have something in here that you don't want, you can just click on it and delete. All right, now we have the real mask here, and we can, let's open this up a little bit. See what these settings do. I want to bring this in a little bit tighter. It's a little bit too fuzzy too. I don't really want all that feathering. There we go. We want to tighten it up like that. Okay, so you get the gist on that. That is an opacity mask. So you learn how to do Ultra Keys, you learned how to do the blending modes, you learned how to fine tune in your effect controls on your masking, and then how to do an opacity mask using the pen tool. So these are all just really quick run-throughs, and later we'll get to more in-depth on how to do even more complicated edits.